You don't have to be sipping espresso in an overpriced skin suit or chasing UCI points to really appreciate a good road race bike. Once reserved for the Peloton Elite, modern race bikes are getting faster, more versatile, and, dare I say, more attainable. And in 2025, Polygon is throwing down hard with the all-new Helios lineup. Now, don't let the name fool you. This isn't a warmed-over update, but it's an actual complete reworking from the frame up. It's lightweight, it's aerodynamic, and it's impressively affordable. So let's dive into what makes the 2025 Polygon Helios one of the most compelling new road race bikes this year. Like I mentioned a second ago, the Helios gets an all-new UCI-approved frame this year, and it's a serious step up from its predecessor, both in looks and performance. It features more aero-optimized tube shapes throughout, reducing drag by over 30% when compared to the old bike. Despite this added emphasis on aerodynamics, Polygon still managed to shave 150 grams off the frame weight as well. A medium frame set comes in at just 880 grams. The slimmer dropped seat stays not only help with aerodynamics, they also add a touch of compliance and help with vibration damping. Also added in this is improved tire clearance, now all the way up to 32 millimeters. Geometry-wise, the Helios sits firmly in the modern race bike camp. The longer reach and slacker seat tube angle puts you in an aggressive, forward-leaning position. But at the same time, the 72-degree head angle is a touch slacker than some traditional race bikes, improving stability and giving it more confidence on descents. In short, the 2025 Helios is sharp, responsive, and stable at speed. Exactly what you want from a race-ready road platform. It should go without saying that in addition to revamping the frame set, they've also made some pretty significant changes to the components spec'd on the 4 new Helios builds. And the biggest highlight here is that all models, including the base model A7, get carbon wheels and a wireless group set. A few years ago, that kind of tech was reserved for pros and dentists. Let's go ahead and briefly cover the major difference in components on each model in the lineup. Up first is the A7, which, despite being the most budget-friendly option, is still spec'd out to go fast. It's set up with Shimano's new 12-speed 105 Di2 electronic group set, which is a big deal at this price, giving you precise, consistent shifting and braking. There's also a sleek carbon cockpit with fully integrated cable routing. This gives you the aesthetic and aerodynamic advantage of a one-piece design with the ease of adjustment of a traditional two-piece setup. What really stands out to me, though, is the inclusion of deep-section carbon wheels wrapped in tubeless 28C Pirelli P0 tires. Most brands cheap out on wheels at this price point, but Polygon delivers real aero and weight-saving benefits right out of the box. Collectively, this puts the weight of the A7 at just over 18 pounds, or 8.2 kilograms. Next up, we have the A8, which is the bike I have been on lately, and in my opinion, it really hits a sweet spot between performance and value. You get a Shimano Ultegra Di2 group set, which is lighter, crisper, and even more refined than 105. Other than that, you get largely the same components found on the A7, putting the weight at 17.6 pounds or 8 kilograms. Stepping up to the A9, you get the full Shimano Duro Ace Di2 treatment. This is Shimano's lightest, fastest, most refined group set. Essentially, it's what the pros ride, and it tips the scale at 16.6 pounds or 7.5 kilograms. Now, if you've been listening closely, you heard me say that there are 4 new builds. And if we're already at Shimano's flagship group set, what could possibly be next? Well, let me introduce you into the all-new A0. This is the only SRAM-equipped model in the range, and it runs SRAM's all-new red axis group set with a power meter included. And that's not all. It also gets the brand new Zip 303 wheel set with the integrated axis wheel sensor. These things just came out earlier this summer, so it's pretty insane to see Polygon already speccing them on the Helios. Collectively, this puts the weight of the bike at just 15.9 pounds or 7.2 kilograms, which is incredibly competitive for a fully integrated aero road bike with deep dish wheels. So what's it actually like riding the 2025 Helios? Well, after logging a couple weeks on the bike, I can tell you it's not only wanting and spec'd to go really fast, but it practically is begging you to do so. Every time you clip in, you get that little internal nudge. Let's go chase something. The frame is noticeably stiff through the bottom bracket and down tube. When you put watts down, it answers immediately. There's no flexi lag, no energy loss. It feels like it's rewarding every effort. But what really impressed me is that it doesn't beat you up in the process. Polygon struck a nice balance with the carbon layup and the dropped seat stay design. Combine that with the 28mm P0 tires and you get a bike that's surprisingly comfortable. Sure, it's not an endurance or all-road bike, but it definitely feels rideable all day, especially if you're the type of rider who pushes pace over long distances. I also appreciated the handling, which felt tight and intuitive, but never overly twitchy. The 72.5-degree head angle and 410mm chainstays give it a planted, stable feel when you're flying through descents, but it still feels lively when you're flicking through switchbacks or navigating tight city streets. In terms of components, it should go without saying that the Ultegra Di2 group set was a dream. Shifting was fast and completely reliable, and the brakes had all the power and modulation I could ask for. It was also amazing to have the carbon wheels as well. I'm no pro, but even still, the aerodynamic advantage of the 50mm rims was noticeable. Bottom line, the Helios A8 rode like a far more expensive bike. It was fast, balanced, confidence-inspiring, and surprisingly comfortable. Who knows, maybe this is the bike to finally make a roadie out of me. So, is the 2025 Helios the right bike for you? Well, if you're in the market for a fast, modern road race bike, then it should definitely make the shortlist. It's not just about the price, although the value is seriously impressive. It's about the ride. This is a real deal performance platform that's been modernized in every way. Personally, like I expressed before, I think the A8 is the perfect blend of performance and value. That said, if you're looking to compete at the elite level, then it might be worth forking out the extra cash for the A0. The inclusion of SRAM's flagship group set, power meter, and zip wheels gives you everything you need to elevate your game. Well, except for the training and conditioning, that's still on you. So, if you have any other questions about the 2025 Helios lineup, drop a comment below. While you're down there, like and subscribe to Bikes Online channel where I'll be hanging out. And after you've done that, get out there, grab your bike, and get ripping. It's surprisingly light!